Making movies is hard, so I took one of those online filmmaking courses to see if that would help. And it did, but not for the reasons that you might expect. Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick, and this is a new show that I'm calling Nick's Flicks. I hope I don't get sued for that. So today I wanted to break down a short film that I recently made and the online filmmaking class that I took with it. I'll show you some stuff that I learned along the way, and hopefully this will help you evaluate if taking one of these filmmaking courses will be right for you, because let's be honest, it can get pretty pricey. So in order to get into the first thing that I learned, I want to talk about why I took a filmmaking class in the first place. The last time I took a filmmaking course was in high school, and that was 7 years ago. Oh God. Anyway, since then I've made a handful of short films, some that are okay and some that maybe I should probably delete from my channel at some point. Anyway, I was trapped indoors with nothing to do for no particular reason. And although I've learned a lot from filmmaking channels here on YouTube like Film Riot or cinecom.net, I think I needed something that was a little bit more structured. Plus, I could only spend so much time staring into my phone before I started to spiral into insanity. So I figured, hey, why not learn something? Now, the course that I ended up taking was geared more towards beginners, but it did give you the steps on how to make your own short film. But aside from the actual requirements of the film, which were make it 2 to 4 minutes long, there really was nothing else to go off of. So what could I do? I mean, I could write about anything, but this wasn't a writing course, this was a filmmaking course. So no matter what I put in the script, I would still have to later go out and actually film the thing. I didn't really have a lot of money to work with, and I wasn't going to go out and hire real actors or my friends to help me make this thing, and I knew I definitely wasn't going to make a horror movie, so what could I do? And that's when it hit me. I couldn't go outside or spend money, and I definitely didn't want to make something scary. These weren't obstacles in my way, they were creative challenges to overcome. How do I make a movie by myself in my apartment without spending money or seeing anybody? These limitations to overcome were actually an opportunity to breed creativity. Problem solving is a creative exercise. It just wasn't explicitly told to me by the filmmaking course that I paid for. So that's how I made a movie indoors by myself about the ever-present growing trend of technology encroaching more and more in our lives at the sake of our mental health and well-being. Gosh, I really wish someone else made this film before I did. Alright, so let's go ahead and actually watch this short film. And don't hold your breath, I made this in 2 days because for some reason, I can't stop doing that. Anyway, it's not the next Dune or whatever, so lower your expectations. Okay, let's plug in. It's the first thing I see in the morning, and the last thing I see at night. The world at my fingertips. How could this not be right? My whole life I've tried to find a way to connect, and now it's all right here. Something I want to protect. Expanding our horizons and our capacity for wonder. Who knew it was all right here? So, into the light I plunder. I scroll and I scroll, not knowing where I'll go. Can you show me the way? Through the static and snow? Anxiety heightens. It's how I spend my day. Scrolling and scrolling. Is this the only way? Should I unplug? Should I want to unplug? I'm not so sure anymore. I stop. Until I feel the tug. The magical lights sear into my brain. Everything's dim. I cannot refrain. The timeline runs out, and a refresh is needed. I add more to my cart. My funds have depleted. I scroll and I scroll, not seeing an end. So I scroll and I scroll, looking for a friend. After all, it's the first thing I see in the morning and the last thing I see at night. So I scroll and I scroll. Maybe this time I'll feel right. Well, that was uplifting, huh? And no, the thing that I learned during this experience wasn't acting is hard or that I'm not a good actor, because I already knew that. Anyway, I know this topic has been beaten to death lately. Social media is a parasite on the human race. Technology companies are making money by exploiting our mental health issues.
Oh, my phone makes me sad. Oh.
Just remember, I made this short film before a lot of people were talking about it on the internet for some reason. Anyway, this is a topic I want to revisit in the future, but I just wanted to prove that I could write about it. It's more of a proof of concept, if anything. It doesn't need to be super polished. But even just being able to make something and get it out of my head allowed me to see it from a different point of view. Gave me the space to see what I would do differently for next time. How could I make the theme clearer? How could I make the visuals more interesting? How could I hire actors to actually act in this thing? All of these things can always be improved, and it's an iterative process, which, compared to my last short film, brings me to the next thing that I learned. So one of the things I wanted to do with this short film was to make something that didn't look like anything else I had made before. And I think I succeeded in doing that. I mean, just comparing this short film to the last short film I made, the quality of the image is a lot nicer. And comparing this to all the old sketch comedy videos I used to film in high school, the image has improved. So what exactly did I do? Well, I actually wrote out and planned the shots before I filmed them. What a concept. But on a technical level, I filmed in what's called a log profile. Now, without getting too into the weeds of what a log profile is, or LUTs, or color correction, because that is so much information it could be its own separate series of videos, a basic rundown is that log video allows you to film in a flatter color profile, which gives you more flexibility in post. You can play around with the colors and the dynamic range without sacrificing image quality. Now, yes, that is a huge oversimplification of what's actually going on with a log profile, but this isn't a technical explanation of what these things do. This is more of an explanation on how I use these tools to help tell a story. First, using a log profile allowed me to color grade the images in post. It made my movie look better. Less noise, better colors, and a more cohesive style for the whole film. Secondly, it allowed me to creatively tell a story with color. I tapped into the cold blue tones of the screens that are ever present in our lives, and tried to exemplify that through the use of color in the film. Screens give off a harsh blue light. The whole film is blue. Creative storytelling. Look, you can work really hard at something and not put it on the internet. You don't have to release everything that you make. It could be just for yourself. Is this my best work? No. Is this the film that I'm most proud of making? No. Did I need to put it on the internet? Absolutely not. But I did want to share it with you in hopes to inspire or educate you. Hopefully I gave you some insight into how I work and maybe inspire you to make your own short film or piece of art. There's a multitude of stories out there, and you don't need some filmmaking course or some dude on YouTube to tell you to go make something. And if you do make something, you can keep it. You don't have to share it with everybody else. You don't need to document and validate everything you do for some audience, he says, talking to an audience. For a long time, making content was kind of daunting to me because I was thinking with only the audience in mind. What are people going to think of me when they see this movie? Are they going to empathize with these themes and my point of view? A third anxiety-producing question that I could ask myself in this moment. And that constant worrying was draining. Learning to let go, and I'm still learning to let go, and just create to educate or inspire or just to fuel myself has made me actually like creating things again. Maybe this is just something that I needed to hear, but I'll share it with you in case it resonates. Just have fun with it. It doesn't need to be anything more than that. And on that note, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned something. Make sure you ring that bell for notifications, like the video, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss another upload. Because even though I don't need that validation, I absolutely need that validation. Please subscribe to my channel. And let me know if you want to see more Nix flicks, because until I get sued, I'll keep making them. See you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. In the time it took me to make this short film and this video about the short film, another YouTube channel called Better Ideas made a better video about the same topic called I'm Losing My Mind. Link is in the description, check it out.